London calling to the faraway towns. Now war is declared and battle come down. Oh, London calling to the underworld. Come out of the cupboard, you boys and girls. Oh, London calling. Now don't look to us, if only Beatlemania is bitten the dust. Oh, London calling. See, we ain't got no swing except for the ring, that truncheon thing. Oh, the ice age is coming, the sun's zooming in, meltdown expected, the wheat's growing.
Cause we'll be screaming out, we can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want. Swinging like Ali, knocking out bodies, standing on top like a champion. Keep your silver, give me that gold. You'll remember when I say we can be heroes everywhere we go. Keeping us down is impossible, cause we're unstoppable. Oh, we're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. They can say what they want now. 'Cause we'll be screaming out. We can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want. Swinging like Ali, knocking out bodies, standing on top like a champion. Keep your silver, give me that gold. You'll remember when I say we can be heroes everywhere we go. Keeping us down is impossible. We're unstoppable. Oh, we're unstoppable. Oh, we're unstoppable. Oh, we're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. So take me back to London.
I do deals, but I never get twanged. Moves that ain't never been planned. No goons that were never in gangs. Where I'm from, chat shit get banged.
Hello, episode number 170 of the TEW 2A Challenge Run. We are here for what is basically the mid-season finale. How I name my seasons is Season 1 was Episode 1 to SummerSlam. Season 2 was Night After SummerSlam to Mania. Season 3 is Night After Mania to this SummerSlam. So next episode, Raw, will be Season 4. But I guess it is technically a mid-season finale because it's not real. I want to say some stuff about State of the Universe, but I don't know what I've done about it. Because I'm still editing the video for this, which obviously has happened because you're watching it. And I think what I might do is record the State of the Universe after this and then put it up before. So then it's a little bit of a filler video before SummerSlam goes up, so I don't have to rush myself to get the intro done. Plus then it will I'll be able to take the goals in because I will be taking goals on that video. I know you've all been dying to get there, but it's coming, unfortunately. But then obviously if I put it up before SummerSlam, I'll be able to take some in, and then the gap between SummerSlam and Raw will be lesser. So I think that might be what I end up doing. But this could all be for nothing, because you could have not seen State of the Universe. It's fine. But yeah, tonight we've got night 2 of SummerSlam main event, Raw Women's Championship triple threat match. Io Shirai defends against both Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley. And then Sami Zayn challenges Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship, and a whole lot more. Hell in a Cell mixed tag team match, Su Yung, Bray Wyatt against Aleister Black and Alexa Bliss. And of course, you can forget the most important event from last night. Mr. Blobby is currently running around with the 24/7 Championship. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into the show. 79. I hate that this is on the kickoff show, but I added heat, and I think the Ziggler versus Roode feud deserves the spot on the main card more. So that's on the main card. There's now 68,853 people here at Wembley. I can't remember if that compares to last night or not. But on the pre-show, Johnny Gargano cheats to defeat Cesaro in 17 minutes and 6 seconds by pinfall with a Hertz donut after interference by Candice LeRae. 86 for Cesaro, and a 74 for Johnny Gargano. And he picks up the dirty win here tonight at SummerSlam. We then get a 99 rated segment. It's the intro video, just a standard intro video for Night 2, hyping up their matches, the Women's Championship match, the WWE Championship match, and Buddy Murphy versus John Cena. And then our opening match is for the Women's Tag Team Championships. 70-8. Okay, that's nice. Triple threat, tables, ladders, and chairs all involved. Lady Scott's the champions, defending against Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart, and against Candice LeRae and Ruby Riott. And it's just your standard Mayhem TLC opener. I think I said it to steal the show. I was going to do Car Crash, but it said they needed somebody with good psychology, and I didn't think none of these 6 women had good enough. I think the highest was like Candice, who had like 71. And I didn't think that the game would deem that enough to carry it, so I didn't do that. And I'm glad I didn't, because it got a 78 just for being steal the show. But you can guess these women would be willing to put their bodies on the line to entertain, to give it SummerSlam a hot opening. And in the end, Shotzi retrieves the Women's Tag Team Championships, and her and Ember Moon are the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions in 16:27. 64 for Ruby, 79 for Candice. Shotzi gets a 56, 61 for Ember, 69 nice for Nikki Cross, and a 75 for Kaylee Ray. But we have new Women's Tag Team Champions. They are the Fire Pit. We're back. R-Truth's back at his crib, and he's like, "Hey, has anyone seen Mr. Blobby? He invited him here. He's got my baby." And then, of course, Boogs is on the impromptu stage with Shinsuke hamming him up, performing the music, because I didn't feel like putting J-Flow on because they just lost last night. So it's just Boogs and Shinsuke. Liv sort of chilling with them. Don't know why I put Liv there, but just to get her on the show doing stuff, because she doesn't have a match. Then the Robert Stone brand portion of the A-list, being, of course, Robert, Aaliyah, Brandy, and Elias, walk in. They're like, "Hey, we've come on a mission to collect the 24/7 championship from you, Truth. So you're not playing any games here. You could tell us the whereabouts of this rogue champion, and we'll take that championship home to the A-list." And then Elias is like, wait. He spots Boogs playing the guitar. He's like, "You think you're really hot shit, huh? There's only room for one guitar-playing aficionado here in Nilibwe, and that's me." Boogs is like, "Okay, then rock off right now." And then Stone's like, "Elias, no, we haven't got time." And he's like, "Whoa, no, Stone, leave it to me. You're on, bitch." So it looks like we're going to get an impromptu rock-off between Rick Boogs and Elias at the R-Truth house party. But first, an 87 rated tag team match. The gauntlet winners were the unlikely duo of Otis and Sheamus, the Blue Collar Warriors. And Sheamus has been very reluctant to the team of Otis. And Otis, of course, really wants a team of Sheamus. And they've got great chemistry. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish have tag team specialist bonus. And the match goes for 15 minutes and 44 seconds. And it is your standard big men baby faces versus little men heels. The heels take the bumps for both men, really. Sheamus is in control for a lot of it. Tagged in Otis, he goes, "Do the caterpillar." He does the caterpillar, but O'Reilly breaks it up. Or Fish breaks it up, whichever one. And then Sheamus goes for the bro kick when Kyle O'Reilly locks in the heel hook. And Otis has to make the save to his friend. And in the end, Sheamus hits a bro kick on Bobby Fish, but Kyle O'Reilly puts him down. And then when Fish gets to his feet, total elimination to Sheamus. And Sheamus is the one who gets pinned. And the Undisputed Era retain the Raw Tag Team Championships. Bobby Fish with a 70, 87 for Kyle, 87 for Sheamus, and an 82 for Otis. So Sheamus and Otis could get along tonight. Sheamus was happy to get the job done, but he fell just short at the hands of the Undisputed Era. Rock off time. Boogs and Elias clear the stage. R-Truth is the host, obviously, of the rock off. They're both strumming on their guitars. And of course, there's very different performances. Elias is more like acoustic, Boogs is more rock. When Truth is the host, he's like, "Okay, we gotta judge who wins this." He's like, whoa, wait. Because he spotted Mr. Blobby. And he charges at him, goes to win the 24/7 championship back, and the rest of the A-list, the extras, that just debuted recently, they're all there, and they're on duty to come and collect this belt as well, so they also chase after him. A lot of the humour in this house party segment is going to rely on your knowledge of niche British childhood TV characters, because Mr. Blobby's here and he's the 24/7 champion. 86. Fuck me. With a rusty rake. This is why this was on the main show and not the kickoff show. But loser leaves WWE. At least for now. Obviously, I can. I mean, I don't know really. I shouldn't really say it's not going to be permanent, but it's not going to be. Especially if you read the goals. Okay, for both these people, there is a long-term goal in the description. So obviously, I'm not going to get rid of either of them before I complete them. But for now, loser leaves WWE. In terms of the storyline that we're playing out here, one of these men is never going to be seen again after tonight. An 86 rated match goes 12 minutes and 59 seconds, and it is Bobby Roode who cheats to defeat Dolph Ziggler with a glorious DDT in 12:59, and he seemingly puts an end to his old friend's career. 80 for Ziggler, 81 for Roode. I'll be completely transparent with the reason for this, because if I'm going to have to make Dolph Ziggler world champion sometime between either this year or next year, he's going to have to go away for a while so that absence can make the heart go fonder, and then he can come back and actually be at that level, because he's not there. He's going to need some rehabbing. So give the heat to Roode, he can run with it, hopefully get the 70 pop he needs, and then when I'm ready to bring Ziggler back, he'll be back, and then boom, he can do his thing. But for now, Bobby Roode defeats Dolph Ziggler. Back at the R-Truth house party, Kylie Ray, Tegan Knox, the Smile and Shine team who just debuted on SmackDown 2 days ago, chatting with Liv Morgan, and R-Truth was like, hey, have you seen Mr. Blobby? And Liv and Kylie look at him confused, but Tegan knows who that is. He's like, what? Why would Mr. Blobby be here? He's like, well, it's London. He's got my baby. And then the 3 female members of the A-list, minus the extra, Alex Crazier, who is off with the rest of the extra friends being incompetent villains, come up to these 3 women and they sort of get in a shouting match with each other, and it ends with a mini cat fight when Mr. Blobby runs past, and R-Truth chases after him as the 6 women fight. Nice. 81 this match gets. I'm kind of disappointed, but I'm not at the same time, because yeah, it's Drew Gulak and Mustafa Ali at the end of the day. Goes 13 minutes and 20 seconds. Ali, the dickhead champion, he's sort of like cocky and arrogant because, of course, the rest of the whole message beat up Drew Gulak just 2 days ago. And he's sort of like, he's on top of the whole game, like mocking Gulak. But Gulak, of course, would get his signature bits of offense in on Mustafa Ali, and he'd look in trouble for a lot of the match. And Ali gets him down, he goes for the 054, and Gulak rolls out of the way and locks him in some sort of like heel hook. And people are like, oh shit, he's going to win, he's going to make him submit. But Dabba-Kato pushes the ropes towards Ali and he grabs the ropes, and the referee's like, okay, fucker, you can get out of here. And you too, Kushida and Mia. And Ali's like, no, referee, you can't do this. You can't do this, they're my guys, you can't send them to the back. And then he turns around, Gulak hits some sort of move, and then a cradle. It says fast roll up on my screen, but I imagine he actually hits a finisher, and then just his finisher is a cradle pin, but like some sort of, not like a standard roll up, just like some tricky little Drew Gulak cradle. And 1, 2, 3, we have a new United States champion, and his name is Drew Gulak. Mustafa Ali can't believe it. He believes he's been wronged here tonight. His message couldn't be delivered here on the grand stage of Wembley. And we have a new United States champion. His name, Drew Gulak. Just a recap of last night and all of the very, very important stuff that went down. We have a new SmackDown Women's Champion in Queen Sasha. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion in Drew McIntyre. We have a new Intercontinental Champion in Kofi Kingston. We still have the same SmackDown Tag Team Champions in the Usos. And of course, the show went off the air with one of the most shocking moments in modern wrestling history. Roman Reigns turns his back on his brother and the fans to join up with his evil cousins. Hype video, first hype video of the night. I think every match from here on out has one. But it's the story, the history of Edge and Adam Cole. It dates all the way back, if you can believe it, to the night after WrestleMania when the Undisputed Era debuted on Raw. Because they attacked the New Day and they attacked Edge and Christian. Yes, I did have this planned that far back. And it's finally going to come to a head tonight. It's been on the back burner here and there, but it's always sort of been... They've always sort of had issues. It hasn't always been prominent, but they've always sort of been in and around each other since then. And it's finally going to come to a head here tonight. 1-on-1, Edge and Adam Cole. Gets an 85. That's pretty fucking good. This is the first of the top end of the card, which I'm expecting to all do really good. I say like the Raw Tag Team title match didn't fuck, and Ziggler and Roode didn't fuck. They're both better than this actually, but it's a standard Edge match, really. 15-26. It goes. Adam Cole and Edge. You can imagine it in your head. All the best hits of both men. But in the end, it is Edge who comes out on top with a spear in 15-26 to shut up the loudmouth Undisputed Era leader and secure the victory for the Radar Superstar here at the biggest party of the summer. 88 for Edge. 82 for Adam Cole. There were times where there was a definite lack of psychology on display and the match had a tendency to drift a little. Neither Adam Cole or Edge can apparently have the psychology to do a 15-minute match without it dragging. Okay. R-Truth, he's chilling around backstage, just sort of drinking cups, just checking on his party, making sure everyone's having a grand time, when he spots Mr. Blobby in the distance. And he pounces on him, he's got him, he's finally pinned him to the floor. And then he takes his hat off, but it's not the real Mr. Blobby, it's Robert Stone dressed up. He's like, what the fuck you doing, Stone boy? And Stone's like, I can explain. And of course all the A-list are there as well. And they just get into an argument about who gets the right to the 347 Championship and looking around for Mr. Blobby, but they can't find him. Speaking of Mr. Blobby, another childhood favourite turned evil bastard is John Cena. And he's just been a disrespectful piece of shit since he came back, really. As he has been since last year when he came back at this very event. And he's just mocked Buddy Murphy. He pretends he doesn't know who he is. He ran in dressed up as Peacemaker one time when he was banned from the building. And he just mocks Buddy, pretends he doesn't know his name, and just Buddy's like sick of it. And he's got the time to finally shut John Cena's mouth here at SummerSlam. 90 rated match. Fuck me. Yeah, this show's going alright. In 20 minutes and 19 seconds it goes. And we learn a lot about Buddy Murphy in this match. Because John Cena, of course, pretends he doesn't know who he knows who Buddy Murphy is. I think did they wrestle? No, they didn't, no. But yeah, they were around at the same time. Murphy can hit a lot of them knees, which will take John Cena aback, hit the Murphy's Law, and Cena's like, okay, this guy's actually really fucking good. I might be out of my depth here. So that's what leads to him to cheat brass knucks or something to the back of Murphy's head. AA. And John Cena cheats to get the win. Because other than the Royal Rumble... No, not the Royal Rumble. Other than WrestleMania, he's actually done alright. He's actually won most of his matches since he's been back. And he got beat by Orton, but that's about it. So Cena keeps the momentum train going. Buddy Murphy will be fine. I know it sounds like he's been buried again, because the whole thing about Cena not knowing who he was, but it's fine. We really put him on the map in this match tonight. He had a great showing. And again, his time, I'm not going to promise the same thing as I did last time when I took the title off him so quickly, because I had the long-term vision of him going on to Mania to fight Seth, whereas Buddy Murphy's future for Season 4 is more sort of murky. I haven't really got anywhere for him to immediately fit into plans. But he'll be a strong presence around. He'll always still be a guy at the top end of the card. And yeah, John Cena gets the win. 19 rated segment. Ed Sheeran and Stormzy are here performing Take Me Back to London live just to fill time. But for our WWE Championship match hype segment, King of the Ring winger Sami Zayn against the WWE Champion Samoa Joe. These two go back all the way as far as NXT, and they're finally here tonight. One champion, one challenger, one dominant force, one underdog from the underground. Who's going to walk away with the belt? 83. Blah, blah. I don't think these guys are as over in England. I just realised it's in England. Yeah, I don't think these guys are as over in England. And that was the same for Buddy Murphy, hence why he didn't do too good. He got 79. Yeah, I don't think they're as over in England as they are in America. But the match goes 17-27. This is still nothing to sneeze at. Sneeze at? Scoff at. Turn your nose up at. 78 for Joe, 83 for Sami. They've got pretty good chemistry. And it's just Sami fighting from underneath. Dominant, heel champion, babyface challenger. You've seen this match before. Coquina clutch gets locked in. Sami reverses it into like a pin, but Joe kicks out. Koji clutch gets locked in. You think Joe's going to tap, but eventually he powers out. Muscle buster tease. Sami slips down the back, shoves him into the corner. Haluva kick 1. Joe doesn't fall over. Haluva kick 2. Haluva kick 3. Joe finally falls down. Sami collapses on top of Joe's unconscious body. Gets the 1, 2, 3. And Sami Zayn defeats Samoa Joe in 17-27 to become the new WWE champion. 78 for Joe. 83 for Sami. And yeah. New champ. Woohoo. King Sami. King Zayn. He's not doing the king gimmick, but he's the champion. Mr. Blobby is back at R-Truth's house party, and Truth's trying to chase him. He's like, I've got you now, bitch. And they're chasing. But there's quite a gap between the two. But Toriano accidentally steps on R-Truth. He's like, hey. He's like, what are you doing, man? I'm kind of busy. He's like, do you want DVD? He's like, what? No, I don't want your DVD. I'm trying to catch my baby. Mr. Blobby's getting away. He's like, okay, sorry. And Yano lets him go. But we do have Yano. New Japan let him go. And I thought it would be rude to not bring him in and do 24/7 championship segments with him. He probably won't be wrestling much, but he'll be around. And he'll be trying to sell his DVDs to everyone. Including R-Truth. A lot. But now, hype package / entrances. Because KSI is here. And he's teaming with the Street Profits against Bianca Belair. Not against Bianca Belair. The Street Profits and Bianca Belair. Against Dakota Kai, AJ Styles, Baron Corbin and Chad Gable. Bivens Enterprises. I need a little bit of patience. Blasts all around Wembley. KSI makes his entrance. He's got his boxing robe on. Headband, all of that. Probably hasn't got the gloves. But he's here. And he's here to wrestle. He's got the boxing shorts on as well. And the match delivers a 76. Because AJ Styles had to carry it and he was really off his game. Fuck's sake, man. 76 is okay though because KSI's in the ring. He actually gets a 70. Oh right, because he's more popular in England. Yeah, he gets a 70. That's the same rating as Dakota. Right, let me listen to these. Let me read these ratings out before I tell you the result. Okay. Dawkins gets a 64, 67 for Montez Ford, a 70 for Dakota Kai, a 70 for KSI, a 71 for Bianca Belair, a 72 for AJ Styles, a 74 for Baron Corbin, and an 85 from Chad Gable. KSI scored 2 less than AJ Styles. But he doesn't get the pin this time. Like Bad Bunny got the pin. I think it would be a bit contrived if they both got the win. But of course, we are going to have him throw hands with Malcolm Bivens. Bivens would be the one who takes the punch and gets dropped by KSI. And probably Corbin as well, because that would be funny. Don't really want Gable to get dropped by KSI, because he's the one that I think would have the most to lose from it. AJ's untouchable, and he's just a nice comedy heel. Well, not comedy heel, but he would make it funny and entertaining. And Corbin is Corbin. But in the end, it's the two women left in the ring. And Bianca lays Dakota out with a KOD and gets the 1-2-3 to win for her team. 13-37. And KSI's team gets a nice dub here at SummerSlam. We're back at R-Truth's summer party when he comes up to the iconic like, hey ladies, you see Mr. Blobby around here? And they're like, what the fuck, mate? Why would Mr. Blobby be here? Are you okay, Truth? Is there someone put something in one of your drinks? He's like, oh. No, I'm fine. Oh, there he is. And he runs after him. He's like, oh, what the fuck, mate? What's he seeing? And then they spot Mr. Blobby and they're like, oh, fuck, he really is here, mate. But from off screen, like, oh, Cameron Grimes. And Cameron Grimes walks up to the Iconics and he's got his friend Bo with him, but he's in fancy dressed as Joe Exotic. He's like, I'm Cameron Grimes. This is my friend. Tell me your name, Bo. He's like, I'm Bo Exotic. And they try and flirt with the Iconics and they're like, I'm gonna pass, mate. This is a bit silly. Like, what? Come on, we're going to the moon. What's the matter, Bo Exotic? What'd you do wrong? And then Grimes walks off, and Bo just sort of plays with his fake mustache, does his best Joe Exotic voice, and he turns around and Ron Simmons is there. And then Bo awkwardly, sadly looks down, slowly takes his mustache off as he knows what's coming, and he gets, damn! I'm having way too fun with these segments. Speaking of segments I'm having way too much fun with, Pat McAfee's at ringside again with the three England national team members. And he's given him an interview this time about what they think of SummerSlam and how they're rebuilding after a record-breaking historic summer for them. When Fabian Eichner comes out, he's like, whoa. Why are we talking to these losers, okay? You're talking to losers. May have been a historic summer for them, but they're losers. Italians, see? We won. We're the best. We're the champions. And he gets in the ring. He's like, Italia. And the England men are like shaking their heads when Pete Dunne's music hits and he comes to the ring. And he gets in the ring and he's like, he looks at Fabian Eichner all funny, headbutts him, bitter end, lays him out to a massive pop, and soaks in the applause from the hometown fans. And Pete Dunne is here at SummerSlam and he's laid out that damn Italian Fabian Eichner in a segment designed entirely to pop myself. Speaking of segments designed to pop myself, we're back at our true summer party. And he's like, oh, he's sitting on the steps, he's shaking his head, he goes, I'm never going to get my baby back. And then Robert Stern comes and takes a sad seat next to him with the rest of the extras just lingering around him. He says, oh, no, that pain, Truth. You know, we've been going at each other for a while over this belt, and now we finally let it go because Mr. Blobby still has it. And as much as I may hate you having it, I hate him having it even less. It's like, you know, there's like 1 million of you and there's 1 of me. Maybe if we all work together, we can get my baby back. So it appears temporary alliances, like whenever Team Rocket would work with Ash and Brock and Misty in the Pokemon films. We have a temporary truce as the comedic villains are working with our hero to devise a plan to stop the greater evil. That greater evil being Mr. Blobby. Speaking of evil, no man is ever truly good or evil, and his friend, Lil Miss Bliss, enter Hell in a Cell against The Fiend and his friend, Su Yung. This feud has been going on for far too long. I will admit this feud has overstayed its welcome, but this is it. Final match. Which team comes out on top? 76, yeah, I expected it to not be absolutely great because A, Su Yung and Alexa are in it, and B, I knew Aleister Black and Alexa had awful chemistry. But it's fine because they're going to break up in a minute. And it couldn't go too long. It gets a 15 minute Steel Cell Hell in a Cell match. And it is The Fiend and Su Yung who pick up the win. They defeat Alexa and Aleister. The Fiend pins Aleister Black with Sister Abigail. The Fiend gets a 91, 70 for Aleister. Su Yung, 57, and a 47 for Alexa. Then after the match, the lights are flickering. Aleister's laid out on the mat, Alexa's laid out on the mat, Su Young's laid out, like standing up with the Fiend. And they sort of just look down at the fallen bodies of the Purge members. And then the lights flicker off, and on again. When the Fiend and Su Yung are gone, Aleister and Alexa are gone. And just laying there is Aleister's little Purge mask with the smoke rising up from it. And Alexa's, whatever her version of Aleister's mask is, smoke rising up from that as well. That's all that's left in the ring. final segment from R-Truth's Bachelor Pad. Mr. Blobby, he's running wild. This is basically, I've just realised now while I've running the show that I've basically based this entire segment off this could be a very specific reference, but if anyone has ever watched I Party with Victorious and they're trying to chase the panda around Kenan Thompson's house, that is what this segment basically is. The whole Hard Truth House Party has sort of subliminally been based off that. So, and then this is the segment here where Mr. Bobby goes to leave, and then he opens the front door, and the three female extras are blocking the entrance door, and Mr. Bobby's like, "Oh shit, I can't get out." So he goes to run back where he came from, and then the three girls are blocking that entrance. So Mr. Bobby, he's running around, he's like, "Oh shit, I can't get away." Then R-Truth flies in out of nowhere with a lie detector. Finally climbs on top of Mr. Blobby. 1, 2, 3. Heroic ending. R-Truth finally got his baby back off this devilish, niche British TV child's character. And that's his 66th reign with the belt. Only 34 more to go. But now I've got all the comedy out of the way. All the filler out of the way. Main event time. Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley went to a no contest at Evolution. They both feel like they won that match. Becky Lynch came back. She also has her claim to be the Raw Women's Champion. She never lost it when she left a year and a half ago. But who will leave with the belt tonight? I definitely click next segment. 89. Nice. I was actually expecting it to not do too well because I didn't think they'd have the psychology, and they didn't. It's given me the note of them saying there's a lack of psychology, and it tended to drift a little. But I don't care. It's still got an 89. The show will still get a 100 or thereabouts. 23 minutes and 49. We're going to give these girls time to tell their story, because this might be, other than obviously Charlotte, her at certain points, the three top women of like ever when they've been on top of their game. No three women have been on top of their game and have been as good as these three right now. And that's evident by the fact that no one can put each other down. Uyo hits moonsaults, kick out. Manhandle slams, kick out. Riptide, kick out. No one can get it done. And then Becky's taken down on the outside. Rhea's going for that moonsault once and for all, when Rhea's going to climb back up and hit that same avalanche Riptide she hit at Evolution. But this time she's going to learn her lesson and not throw her legs down and let Io pin her. She nails the move. Boom. But Becky rolls in. Boom. Drop kicks Rhea, takes her down. Locks the disarmer in on Io Shirai. Rhea's been taken out, and 225 days after winning the championship at High Voltage, Io Shirai submits on the mat. We have a new Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. And I'm sure it will go down better than if there was ever another world where Becky had come back and won a women's championship at SummerSlam. I actually don't hate that as much as other people do, but it's not just because it's Becky, I promise. But yeah, I'm sure this one will go down a lot better, is what I'm trying to say. 88 for Becky, 82 for Rhea, 89 for Io. And that's it. That's the end of SummerSlam. Night 2 stands tall with the man back on top. 97. Again, yep. I said 100 or thereabouts. That is thereabouts to 100. And again, like I'm going to say, that does matter. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't matter. But still, what does matter more than that is what you thought of the show. So let me know what you thought in the comments below. And I'll either see you next time for State of the Universe, or for Raw, if that's already gone up. I'm still undecided. There'll probably be notes on screen right now if I have decided by this point. But yeah, season 3 I guess is over. Mid-season finale. Hopefully the break will probably be like a week if State of the Universe isn't up yet, But if it is, it should be a couple of days, because I already have a lot planned for after SummerSlam. So it shouldn't need that long to sort of get it all planned out. But of course, do let me know what you thought in the comments below. And I'll see you next time for whatever is next. Hope to see you then.